Running your own business can be a lot of fun, but there are some things that I really don't enjoy. One of those things is expense reporting. And it's essentially when you have to upload all of the receipts of any expenses that your business has conducted while you're existing, essentially. So any taxi expense or any expense for softwares, stuff like that. Hotel bookings, flights, all those things. And it takes me about 2, maybe 4 hours, depending on how much I've been doing during that month, to actually find all of the receipts in the different places, then go into my bank, which is Revolut Business, and upload every single receipt to that specific expense. And to be honest, the most annoying part that bugs me the most is having to go into Revolut and like attach the invoice or the PDF or the picture or screenshot or whatever it is, and match that to the actual expense. But I do enjoy automating stuff. So I thought, let me build an N8N automation locally using something called Docker. So I'm hosting N8N directly inside of my computer. So it's not accessible through the cloud because it's quite sensitive information. And then let me create this entire workflow, which, by the way, I haven't written a single thing or even clicked plus. I haven't done anything inside N8N other than host it locally. The way I built this was actually through Claude Code. So I gave it access to the local file where the N8N instance exists, and it just built everything on its own. So it built all of these nodes and all of the code and all of the prompts. All I had to do inside N8N was essentially give it the credentials so that it could access my Gmail, so that it could access the Gemini API, so that I could identify if emails do contain files, and if those files are in fact receipts, screenshots, pictures, PDFs of things that need to be sent into Revolut for expensing. So I created a super simple automation here. Well, wasn't actually that simple, but it took me about an hour. And the way I've constructed this is essentially a labeling system. So I have an email called finance@hvg.media. So whenever I have a receipt or something, from now on, I can just send the receipt on that email, and it will completely automatically match the expense inside of Revolut. So let's say for this expense, the Airbnb expense, what I would have to do normally is like go to Airbnb, download this, click upload, and then it's gonna allow me to select the file, and then I have to select the file and so on. What I would rather do, because I get a lot of emails with invoices directly from SaaS providers and others, is that I could just forward everything or just have pre-selected my finance email, and then it just automatically matches all of this stuff. I go into Revolut and just say, this matches, this matches, this matches, cool, expense. Rather than go in, find the expense, and then be like, oh God, where was that file? And then go in and find the file and download the file and upload it here. It's a mess. So what I did was I created this flow, and I essentially have a few labels. So the first one is finance. So if anything gets sent to my finance@hvg.media, it automatically gets this label called finance. I created that through a rule here inside of Gmail that you can easily recreate. You can see here a filter, so you just create a new filter. So you can see here anything that matches an email sent to finance at Humble Venture Group or HVG Media, they automatically get this thing called finance as a label, which is over here. So I'll show you exactly how this works and how it automates things. So let's say I wanted to send to my finance email together with a PDF so that it can match directly inside of the expense. So let's just call this Airbnb expense. Cool. Now I can just download this here. Click save. Now I have it here. Do that. Send it. So now you see automatically it was populated in here because I've sent it to the finance email. And now the next step is essentially how can I get it to match inside here automatically? So the way it does this is through Revolut has this really cool function where you can send to your dedicated email actually. And if there's an expense that matches the same amount, it will actually match those up, or if it's from the same vendor, and ask you, hey, is this the one that you want to match up with, pretty much. So once we have this one actually runs every 10 minutes. So if there's any expenses that are coming in, I use a lot of API, for example, and they have like top-up amounts of like $10. So some days it might be 0, and some days it might be, 10 of those invoices that are $10 each coming in, which is really annoying to then bookkeep. They're all just going to get matched up automatically now, which is lovely. And now that I've created this flow, I just click execute. And what happens now is it finds this email over here. It sees that it has a file. It categorizes that this file is in fact a receipt or an invoice or whatever. And then it runs it through this, this work, which essentially is going to move it from here. As you can see, it just disappeared. And it's going to now move over here to forward it to the Revolut email that I have set up. So this has now actually been sent. You can see it right here. So this has been sent to that email that you can see over here. And now if I refresh this, you should see that, oh, didn't even have to refresh, it just found it. So now you see that it's actually in here. So next time I'll log into Revolut, all I have to do is just click on my icon, my receipts, and then I just go boop, 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 confirm this match, confirm this match, confirm this match, and then there's expense it like that, which is way smoother. It's probably going to take me 10 minutes rather than like 4 hours to do my my expenses in the future, thanks to this. So now that I found it, it shows the actual invoice. It says, hey, here's the invoice, or sorry, the receipt from this expense. It's 553.5 krona. And then it's like, this is the one that we believe it should be matched with, which is completely correct. So I just click confirm match. And it says, all right, do you want to submit this? And here it says client entertainment during workshop conference. That's correct. It was during external traveling. We were in Prague for a workshop/conference. The tax rate is 0% VAT, which is also correct. So now, instead of me having to like run around and find all these files and all of that, I can just send myself the emails to the finance email. And every 10 minutes, it just matches the expenses automatically. All I have to go do is go in and confirm that it is in fact the correct match. And then I just click submit. And that's how I made my life so much simpler. Let me know if you're interested in doing automations like this for your business as well. I've done so many. It's really awesome. And building them through Claude Code is such a life hack. And yeah, that's my little tip of the day. Stay humble. Thanks for watching.